नमस्कार, संसद टीवी में आपका स्वागत है। मैं हूं प्रतिबिंब शर्मा। उपराष्ट्रपति जगदीप धनखड़ बेंगलुरु दौरे पर हैं। आज वो गोकुल एजुकेशन फाउंडेशन के संस्थापक अध्यक्ष स्वर्गीय डॉक्टर MS रमैया के जन्म शताब्दी समारोह में मुख्य अतिथि के तौर पर शामिल हो रहे हैं। आपको सीधे लिए चलते हैं कार्यक्रम में।
I would request Dr. M.R. Jairam for the opening remarks, welcome speech, and give us a brief insight into the life and achievements of Dr. M.S. Ramaiah. देवी और सज्जनों, स्वागत कीजिए। प्लीज वेलकम डॉक्टर M.R. जयराम।
श्री गणनाथुनि शारदा सत्कवलन सहज योगी मुनुलन सुरुलन देव ब्राह्मण धन्युनि सकलंतर्यामि हरिनिचाल भजिंतुन. Surrendering myself to the Sadguru Yogi Narayana Yatindra of Kaivara, my pranams to my beloved father Ramaiah ji and my mother Srimati Venkatamma and Srimati Gauramma. Honorable Vice President of India Sri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, Madam Dr. Sundesh Dhankar ji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Sri Tanwar Chand Gehlot ji, Honorable Minister for Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Mr. Madhuswamy ji, distinguished invitees, guests, my beloved family members, well-wishers, and friends. Indeed, we are fortunate to have Sri Jagdeep Dhankar and Srimati Sudesh Dhankar in midst of us. As you all know, Sri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, the Honorable Vice President of India, is an eminent lawyer and a chairman of the Rajya Sabha, and his guidance is extraordinary. I cordially welcome Sri Jagdeep Dhankar, Honorable Vice President of India, and Madam Sri Sudesh Dhankar ji. Honorable Governor Tanwar Chand Gehlot ji is always a supporter of academic institutions and take active interest in support of social justice. On behalf of all of us, I extend my hearty welcome to Tanwar Chand Gehlot ji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka. I hereby extend my heartfelt welcome to all of you. And Mr. Madhuswamy is a very good friend of mine and an able parliamentarian. Since our Honorable Chief Minister and had other commitments, he has sent Sri Madhuswamy to be present here, and we thank you. We thank the Honorable Chief Minister and the person and my friend Sri Madhuswamy for having come here. I hereby extend my heartfelt welcome to all of you on this occasion of Birth Centenary Celebration, on our respected father, mentor, guiding force behind all our ventures. Dr. Ramaiah was a living legend during his 4 decades of highly valuable time. Being the eldest son of a visionary of Dr. Ramaiah, I was fortunate to witness his multifaceted contributions. I would describe my father as a man of destiny. He is a living example of the Sanatan Dharma as a fourth path of Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. He led a successful life as a householder, the Grihastha. He had 2 wives, Srimati Venkatamma and Gauramma, who were co-sisters. He was blessed with 10 children and 18 grandchildren, all living under one single roof and having one common kitchen. That is the goal of comfort. I call it as Kama. As a young contractor, Sri Ramaiah went to Kolhapur, Bombay Presidency, to take up the Radhanagari project in the late 40s. He successfully completed the project. After this, he took up the building of 150 kilometers of the Kadaprabha Canal near Belgaum in the northern Karnataka region, which is irrigating thousands of acres of agricultural land. His next venture was the construction of the Dharma project, Uttar Karnataka, Kannada district, which irrigates about 25,000 acres of land in Uttar Karnataka. Thereafter, he took up a major hydroelectrical project in Sharavati to build a Talkala dam in 1960. Even today, hydroelectrical power generation in this country. Then he traveled to North Bihar to take up the Gandaki project bordering Nepal by taking the cross drainage works and bridges. After this phenomenal success of executing such projects, Sri Ramaiah, my father, finished 2 phases of his purpose of life as per the Sanatan Dharma. Artha, goal of security, and Kama, fulfilling the needs and comforts of the family. The third stage is Dharma, the invisible wealth. His vision to start educational institution began. The result was Ramaiah Engineering College. It came in 1962 and followed by the Medical College in 1979. His dynamic way are unique. He loved to give back what he earned to the society. He started the 12 education institutions. We have now blossomed into 25. We are single campus, 5 disciplines, having the NIRF. NIRF is an accredited system of the Government of India to say that a place of excellence. In this campus, we have 5 institutions, from engineering to medical college, then to pharmacy college, dental college, and degree of law. All these institutions are ranked in the NIRF. And to be very frank with you, it may be a few institutions in the country which can have in one campus. We have launched a university which is coming as a premier university of applied sciences in India. Catered to the needs of the younger generation. We have 20,000 students in the campus. The health sciences. We have 2 hospitals having a total bed strength of 1,500. We have treated more than 250,000 patients in the last 20 years. When our poor and downtrodden people come here, none of them were sent back. They were admitted, treated, relieved all their pain, and sent back to join their family. And on this change, with no charges were collected. Even food was given by the hospital. 300 beds are kept free and for treatment for such cases even today. During the recent pandemic crisis, we provided a treatment for 9,000 inpatients, and more than 1 lakh doses of vaccines were administered, and 56,000 RT-PCR tests was done in Bangalore. We stand number 1 in treating the corona patients, but for which our Honorable Chief Minister is the witness. He is the witness to this. When chikungunya hit us in 2015, nearly 150,000 patients were treated free of cost with medicine in the Chikbalapur, in the rural areas. The 4th stage, I would say, the moksha, that is the inner peace. Mr. Ramaiah was ardent devotee of the great mystic guru, the Yogi Narayana Yatindra of Kaivara, Kshetra in Chintamani Taluk and Chikbalapur district. Kaivara Yogi Narayana was a great yogi and a mystic, and a voice of the voiceless people of southern India. Now, a religious pilgrimage center for all. Though he was a Dharmadhikari, Ramaiah preferred to be called as a servant of servants of a mystic guru. He swept clean, removed all the weeds that were in and around. He served as a Dhammadhikari for Yogi Narayana Mutt from 1979 to 1997. That is 20 years of his life. In the last phase of his life, he served there. He took the rebuilding of the entire structure of Yogi Narayana Mutt and other shrines. My father, Ramaiah, successfully organized, my beloved father believed in serving people in service to God, which is being carried successfully at a Kaivara Yogi Narayana Ashram, where 5,000, 10,000 visitors come every day to the mutt, all of them that take the blessings and take the prasadams, annadanam. Especially on festival occasions, around 2 to 3 lakhs people come to the ashram to take the prasadams. Another social aspect of him is the mass marriages to the poor and needy people. Today, Kaivara is known as Kalyana Nagari. More than 1,800 free marriages are performed every year. My father asked me, and at the last, my father asked me to be present at Kaivara. And he invited me to the trust meeting and made me a trustee. He said that this is the blessing of the Sadguru and not himself. When we came down to pray to the Sadguru, he said, from now on, Sadguru is your mother, father, your guru, and God. As divine could have it, that was the last trust meeting that he presided. Another 3 months later, the trust was held where the condolence was observed, and I was elected the president to serve the Sadguru. Sir, Honorable Chief Guest Ji, the Vice President, and the Honorable His Excellency the Governor, I would like to pledge all our families here, the Ramaiah family is here. I would like to pledge before you, pledge to uphold the ethic and moral dignity of this institution and work for the education and health for the betterment of mankind. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, indeed, Dr. M.S. Ramaiah led a remarkable life. His life is a source of inspiration to the people, especially the youth, as it guides them to achieve greatness in life. Let's give a round of applause and thank Dr. M.R. Jairam for giving us an insight and a cordial welcome address. I would now request our chief guest, the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar, to kindly inaugurate the program with the press of the ThinkPad. Very momentous occasion, ladies and gentlemen, the inauguration of today's program, the Birth Centenary Celebrations of Dr. M.S. Ramaiah, Founder Chairman, Gokula Educational Foundation. Please give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I would request Shri Madhuswami to kindly address all of us. Dayavitu swagatisi Shri Madhuswami.
ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಉಪರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳಾದ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಧನ್ಕರ್ ಅವರೇ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿಯವರೇ, ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರಾದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಗೆಹ್ಲೋಟ್ ಸಾಹೇಬರೇ, ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ರೂವಾರಿಯಾದ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಜಯರಾಮ್ ಅವರೇ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸಹೋದರರೇ, ಈ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸದಸ್ಯರೇ ಮತ್ತು ಎಸ್ ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟು ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಗಳ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂಧುಗಳೇ, ಇದು ನನಗೆ ಸುಕೃತ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗೌರವ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ನಡೆಗೆ ಕಾಲಿನಿಂದ ಆರಂಭ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ, ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಆರಂಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮನಸ್ಸು ಯಾರಿಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ದನ್ನು ಸಾಧಿಸಬಲ್ಲರು. ಸಾಧನೆ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಟರು ಕೂಡ ಮೈಲ್ ನಡಿಗೆನ ನಡೆಯಬಹುದು, ಮೈಲಿ ನಡಿಗೆಗಳು ಸುಲಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಬಹುಶಃ ಒಂದು ಶತಮಾನದ ಹಿಂದೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಾಧಾರಣ ಕುಟುಂಬದಿಂದ ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಡಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬೃಹದಾಕಾರವಾಗಿ ನಡೆದಿದೆ. ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆನ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ, ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವ್ಯಾರೂ ಗುರುತಿಸಲಾರ್ದಷ್ಟು ಗಣನೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾಲ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಒತ್ತು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ನಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಶಿಕ್ಷಿತರನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಕಾಸ ಆದ ಜನರನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣೀಭೂತರಾದರು. ಅವರೇ ವಿದ್ಯೆನಲ್ಲಿ ವಂಚಿತರಾಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ನಾಡಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದೇ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಅನೇಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿ, ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅನಗತ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಭಾವಿಸಿದ್ದಂಥ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಪರಿಣಾಮನ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅನುಕೂಲಗಳನ್ನ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿ ಇಡೀ ನಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಹಬ್ಬನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರದ್ದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಅವರ ನಡೆಗೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಸೀತಾರಾಮ್ ಅವರು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಂದ ಆರಂಭ ಆಗಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ವರೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ನಿಂತಿರೋದು. ಈ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅನೇಕ ಜನದ ಒಡನಾಟ, ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ನಿಜಲಿಂಗಪ್ಪನವರು, ದೇವರಾಜರಸವರು ಸೇರಿದಾಗೆ ಒಡನಾಟಗಳನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಿತ ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇವ್ರದನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಭಾರನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ನಾಡಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗು ಮತ್ತು ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಭಾವಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇಡೀ ನಾಡಲ್ಲಿ, ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಓದು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಎದೆ ಎತ್ತುಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದವನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳೋ ಸ್ಥಿತಿನೇನು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ನಾನು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆಭಾರಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಮನುಷ್ಯ ತನಗಾಗಿ ಬಾಳೋದು ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಾಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ಧರ್ಮ. ಪರೋಪಕಾರಾರ್ಥಂ ಇದಂ ಶರೀರಂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗಾಗಿ ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ಮರಣೆನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಋಣನ ತೀರಿಸ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಇಂಥ ಅನೇಕ ಮಹನೀಯರ ಋಣಗಳನ್ನ ತೀರಿಸುವಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಒತ್ತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಹಿಂದೆಯಿಂದ 1950s ಮತ್ತು 60s ಏನು ಖಾಸಗಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸೇವೆನ ನಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಧ್ಯೇಯ ಮುಂದುವರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅದೇ ಲೆಗಸಿಯನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಿತ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಆಗಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಶ್ರಮೆ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಗವರ್ನರ್ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಪೂರಾ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಸರ್, ಆದರೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಗೇಮನ್ನು ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವರು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರೇನು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಆ ಕಾಲನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ವರೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿರೋದು. ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಲಾ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡೆಸ್ತಿರೋದು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಸೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಈ ನಾಡಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯಾಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಆರಂಭನ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಬೇಡ, ತಾಯಿನಾಡು ಪೇಪರು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗರಿದ್ದಾಗ ರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರನ್ನ ಗುರುತಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೇ ನಾವು ತಾಯಿನಾಡು ಪೇಪರ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ. ಜರ್ನಲಿಸಮ್ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಗಿ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆನ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಡೀ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರನ ಇವತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಸ್ಥಿತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಸೇವೆ ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡದು. ಅವರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಇಂಥ ಅನೇಕ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರು ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಕಟ್ಟಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ನಾಡು ಕಟ್ಟಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗಾಗಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಇಂಥ ಅನೇಕ ಜನ ಬರಲಿ. ಸೀತಾರಾಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಹೋದರರಿಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಭಗವಂತ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡೋ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬರಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹಾರೈಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯ ಕಾರಣಗಳಿಂದ ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಆಭಾರಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ JC ಮಾಧುಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಕ್ತ ಕಂಠದಿಂದ ಶ್ಲಾಘಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. He has complimented the efforts of Dr. MS Ramaiah on behalf of Government of Karnataka. Let's all thank Shri JC Madhuswamy for his words. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I would request the Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thawar Chand Gehlot ji, to kindly address all of us. Devi aur sajjano, swagat kijiye Shri Thawar Chand Gehlot ji.
डॉक्टर एम.एस. रमैया जी के जन्म शताब्दी समारोह में मंच पर उपस्थित भारत के उपराष्ट्रपति आदरणीय श्री जगदीप धनखड़ जी, आदरणीय डॉक्टर श्रीमती सुदेश धनखड़ जी, कर्नाटक सरकार के विधि मंत्री आदरणीय मधुस्वामी जी, गोकुला एजुकेशन फाउंडेशन के अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर M.R. जयराम जी, उपाध्यक्ष श्री M.R. सीताराम जी, गोकुला एजुकेशन फाउंडेशन के समस्त ट्रस्टीगण, परिवारजन, सम्माननीय अतिथिगण, नमस्कार, एल्लारिगू नन्न हार्दिक अभिनंदनगळु। मैं आप सब लोगों के बीच में आकर अत्यधिक प्रसन्न हूँ। मैंने इस प्रसिद्ध संस्था का नाम बहुत पहले से सुना है। एक कार्यक्रम में मुझे पूर्व में भी बुलाया गया था, परंतु कोरोना होने के कारण मुझे कोरोना हुआ था तो मैं नहीं आ सका था। आज मुझे यहाँ आकर के आप सब लोगों के दर्शन का अवसर मिला है। मैं अपने आप को भाग्यशाली मानता हूँ। प्रसिद्ध शिक्षाविद, दूरदर्शी और उद्योगपति डॉक्टर M.S. रमैया जी का जीवन संघर्षपूर्ण और आदर्शों से भरा होकर हम सब के लिए प्रेरणादायी है। डॉक्टर M.S. रमैया जी ने सामाजिक और आर्थिक स्थिति को शिक्षा के आधार पर सुधारने के उद्देश्य से 1962 में गोकुला एजुकेशन फाउंडेशन की स्थापना की। गोकुला एजुकेशन फाउंडेशन के माध्यम से तकनीकी एवं चिकित्सा शिक्षा के लिए अनेक शैक्षणिक संस्थान स्थापित करके बेंगलुरु को एजुकेशन हब बनाने में और देश के विकास में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान दिया है। मैं इसके लिए उनको बधाई देता हूं। डॉक्टर M.S. रामैया जी द्वारा राज्य एवं देश की प्रगति में किए गए योगदान के लिए तुमकुर विश्वविद्यालय तथा विश्वेश्वरैया प्रौद्योगिकी विश्वविद्यालय बेलगावी द्वारा उन्हें मरणोपरांत मानद उपाधि से सम्मानित किया गया। ये भी प्रशंसनीय और सराहनीय कार्य हुआ है। जीवन की सफलता में शिक्षा का महत्वपूर्ण योगदान है। व्यक्ति का विकास शिक्षित होने पर और अच्छा होता है। शिक्षा से कौशलता आती है और कौशलता से हम सब जो कार्य करते हैं उसमें अच्छी सफलता प्राप्त होती है। और ये काम रामैया इंस्टीट्यूट ने करके दिखाया है। निश्चित रूप से इनके कामों से हमको बहुत लाभ हुआ है। आज का समय तकनीकी का है। तकनीकी शिक्षा देश के विकास के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। तकनीकी शिक्षा युवाओं को कौशल और उत्कृष्टता प्रदान करती है। कुशल बनकर हम वोकल फॉर लोकल और आत्मनिर्भर भारत की दिशा में आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। गौरवशाली और विकसित भारत के निर्माण के अगले 25 वर्ष आप और हम सब देश की आज़ादी के 75 वर्ष पूर्ण करके आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं और आने वाले 25 वर्ष देश को अग्रणी बनाने के लिए कर्तव्य काल के रूप में हमारे सामने हैं। देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी ने देशवासियों से अपील की है कि जब हम 100 वर्ष के होंगे, आज़ादी के 100 वर्ष पूर्ण करेंगे, तो हमारा देश विकसित राष्ट्रों की प्रथम श्रेणी में हो, इस प्रकार के प्रयास करने की आवश्यकता है। मैं आपसे अनुरोध करता हूं कि आने वाले 25 वर्ष कर्तव्य काल के रूप में, अवसर के रूप में बनाकर हम सहयोग करें, समर्थन करें, जनभागीदारी के माध्यम से देश को विकसित राष्ट्र बनाने में अपना योगदान दें। खुशी की बात है कि हमारे देश के उपराष्ट्रपति आदरणीय श्री जगदीप धनखड़ जी मैं परिवार के आज के इस कार्यक्रम में सम्मिलित हुए हैं। डॉक्टर MS रमैया जी के जन्म शताब्दी समारोह में हमारे बीच आकर के उन्होंने हमारे ऊपर कृपा की है। आज उनके कर कमलों से डॉक्टर MS रमैया जन्म शताब्दी भवन के निर्माण की नींव रखी जा रही है। ये भवन निर्मित होकर के रामैया इंस्टीट्यूशन की योजनाओं में सहायक सिद्ध होगा। मैं आदरणीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी के प्रति आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, उनको धन्यवाद देता हूं और अनुरोध करता हूं कि कर्नाटक में बहुत अच्छी अच्छी संस्थाएं कर्नाटक के विकास में और देश के विकास में कार्यरत हैं। आप समय समय पर आकर के अपना आशीर्वचन प्रदान करते रहें। आप और हम सब परम आदरणीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी को सुनना चाहते हैं। मैं बहुत ज़्यादा कहने की आवश्यकता महसूस नहीं करता हूं। आइए हम डॉक्टर MS रमैया जी की जन्म शताब्दी के अवसर पर उनके आदर्शों को याद करते हुए उनके बताए गए मार्ग पर चलकर देश के विकास में सहभागी बने। मैं रामैया संस्थान के समस्त महानुभावों के प्रति आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, उनके उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना करता हूं और मेरी वाणी को विराम देता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Governor of Karnataka has called upon the entire citizen fraternity to follow the ideals and high values set by Dr. MS Ramaiah, wherein we can build the society. Let's give a round of applause and thank the Honorable Governor. Bahut dhanyawad, sir. At this juncture, I would request the Chairman and the Vice Chairman to kindly felicitate the Honorable Vice President of India, Dr. Dhankar, sir. Dr. Jairam and Mr. Sitaram will now felicitate the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar. It's indeed a matter of great privilege that the Honorable Vice President is here for the Birth Centenary Celebrations of Karma Yogi Dr. MS Ramaiah. Indeed, generations of students who have graduated from the educational institutions that he built serve communities across the world. Thank you, Honorable Vice President, for accepting the felicitation. I would now request the Chairman and Vice Chairman to kindly honor Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankar. I would request Dr. Shalini N., the Principal and Dean of Ramaiah Medical College, to kindly join the felicitation. Hearty welcome to Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankar, Madam. Thank you, Madam, for accepting the felicitation. I would now request Dr. M.R. Jairam and Shri Sitaram to kindly honor the Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thawarchand Gehlotji. बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद the Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thawarchand Gehlot, for your presence. Thank you very much. I would request the Chairman and the Vice Chairman to kindly honor Shri J.C. Madhuswamy, the Honorable Minister for Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Legislation and Minor Irrigation, Government of Karnataka. Karnataka Sarkaರದ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ J.C. Madhuswamy ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇದೀಗ ಗೌರವ. Thank you, Shri J.C. Madhuswamy, for accepting the felicitation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on the occasion of the Birth Centenary celebrations, 3 different publications have been brought out in honor of Dr. M.S. Ramaiah, and the dignitaries on the dais will now release those publications. First of all, we have a coffee table book about the Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences. I would request Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankar to kindly release this all-important coffee table book of Learning Excellence. Indeed, Dr. M.S. Ramaiah, the quest for excellence continues even today, and Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences has gone a long way towards the quest of excellence. Let's give a round of applause for this release of this coffee table book. The copy is being handed over to the Honorable Vice President, the Governor, and the dignitaries on the dais. Thank you, ma'am. We also have a book in Kannada, Apurva Sadhaka, Dr. M.S. Ramaiah. I would request the Honorable Governor to kindly release this important book of Apurva Sadhaka, which signals the achievements and will go a long way towards motivating the next generations. This is penned by Babu Krishnamurthy. Congratulations to Babu Krishnamurthy also for this. Sadhane ಮಾಡೋದು ಸುಲಭ ಅಲ್ಲ. It's not going to be easy to achieve, and that's the reason now the release of the book will definitely go a long way towards inculcating great values to the society. Thank you very much, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thawarchand Gehlotji. We have one more book which will be released by Shri J.C. Madhuswamy, ಧೀಮಂತ ಸಾಹುಕಾರರು, Dr. M.S. Ramayanavara Vijaya Gathe. This has been done by the Kruti Rachane, Dr. Bala Suresha, and Samshodhane and Sangraha Research and Collection by Palaksha B. Banada. Shri Madhuswamy will release this and give away the books to the dignitaries on the dais. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the future is already being planned in a very, very big way in the form of Ramaiah Centenary Tower, which is going to be a magnificent structure that will dominate the skyline in the serene Gnana Gangotri campus built by Shri Dr. M.S. Ramaiah. On behalf of all of us, it's my privilege to request the Honorable Vice President to unveil the concept of Dr. M.S. Ramaiah Centenary Tower. It's another momentous occasion of the Gokula Education Foundation, and here it is, the Honorable Vice President unveiling the concept in memory of the birth centenary year of Shri Dr. M.S. Ramaiah.
The Ramaiah Centenary Tower is a magnificent structure that will dominate the skyline in the serene Jnana Gangotri campus, built by Dr. M.S. Ramaiah, our beloved founder of Gokula Education Foundation. The tower, with an area of 750,000 square feet, is an impressive feat of architecture and engineering conceptualized in memory of Dr. M.S. Ramaiah to commemorate his birth centenary year. The Centenary Tower is a multi-story structure of 16 floors plus 5 levels of parking, designed to house state-of-the-art facilities that cater to the diverse needs of the campus community, structured for academic, sports, and recreational activities. It features outdoor spaces, including terraces and green spaces that provide students and staff with opportunities to interact and socialize with stunning views of the campus. The Centenary Tower is a landmark in the campus, symbolizing the institution's commitment to excellence and dedication to provide the best possible educational experience for its students.
Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we were all eagerly awaiting for this moment, and that moment has come. Please put your hands together, and it's my privilege to request the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, to kindly address all of us. Devi aur Sajjano, swagat kijiye the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar.
My greetings to everyone present here. Shri Thawarchand Gehlot ji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, a man possessed of sublime qualities with commendable contribution in the field of social justice and education. Shri J.C. Madhuswamy ji, Honorable Minister of Law, Parliamentary Affairs, Legislation and Minor Irrigation of Karnataka. Dr. M.R. Jairam ji, Chairman Gokula Education Foundation, Shri M.R. Sitharam, Vice Chairman Gokula Education Foundation. I must recognize presence of some very distinguished people in the audience who have shaped destiny of the nation as also my own. Former Chief Justice of India, Justice Rajendra Babu, former Supreme Court Judge, Justice Shivraj Patil, and we have amongst us distinguished presence of former judges of Karnataka High Court, Justice N.K. Patil, Justice Guru Rajan, Justice Vakka Baslam, Justice Vishwanath, a former Lokayukt. In the audience, we have a very dear friend of mine. I have had common career with him in Parliament also, a former Union Minister, Shri Pallam Raju, and Secretary Rajya Sabha, Shri Rajit Punhani, a 91 batch IAS officer who is no stranger to city of Bangalore. He is an alumni of IIM Bangalore. My dear students, distinguished faculty members, ladies and gentlemen, this is not an ordinary moment for me. I will ever cherish it. In one sentence, I can say Dr. MS Ramaiah ji, a Karam yogi, all his life on Kartavya Path to transform education and health scenario in the country. To be associated with his birth centenary celebrations, I am sure it's a moment for all of us to take pride. I congratulate the chairman Gokula Education Foundation, the board of trustees, members of MS Ramaiah family, and everyone present here to commemorate the life and achievements of great Karam yogi and institution builder, Dr. MS Ramaiah. His life exemplifies sublimity of our civilizational ethos. Humble beginning, he set a target, achieved it, attained it, and then it is his sanskar that family members are taking the journey on incremental trajectory. अपने समाज में कहा जाता है, पहला सुख निरोगी काया. What an attention has been paid to it. बिना शिक्षा के सब कुछ अधूरा है. Education is the most effective conveyance of transformation of society and generating an ecosystem which was very dear to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. When Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the architect of Indian Constitution, a great visionary, he had those ideals in our preamble. That is something we all have to work for. On this day, when we are in Amrit Kal, when we are seeing India of a different nature, friends, India is on the rise as never before. Rise of India is unstoppable. The entire world is recognizing it. We are taken to be a glorious destination of investment and opportunity in large economies of the world. Our rise is at number one. In September 2022, what a glorified moment for all of us. India earned the distinction of being the 5th largest economy on the planet. And the second part, we overtook whom? Our erstwhile colonial rulers. Our economy is now bigger than that of UK, who ruled us for long. Thanks to visionary steps, affirmative governmental policies at all levels, there is no doubt, by turn of the decade, everyone agrees, we will be the 3rd largest economy on the planet. A big challenge is before the nation. And the challenge is to realize our final goal, when we reach 2047 centenary celebrations of our independence. I have no doubt I have before me young minds, impressionable minds, in prestigious institutions like yours and elsewhere. They are the warriors. They are the real game changers to ensure what India will be in 2047. It is in this context I call upon everyone here to take pride in being Indians. We must always keep our nation first. We must be proud of our achievements. Let me share it with you, friends. In my capacity as Vice President, I have traveled abroad. As Governor West Bengal, I have seen the developments. What the country has achieved, some others even can't contemplate or imagine. Take, for instance, COVID. COVID was a challenge to humanity. It was a non-discriminatory challenge to every geographical region. And we, by virtue of our population of 1.4 billion, had a tough task. People were worried, what will happen to India? And now people are asking, how did India do it? How did India do it so successfully? Why others could not see the writing on the wall? 220 crore vaccination doses imparted to our citizens free, and all digitally mapped. Friends, this has not happened even in the West. And this is on account of our people, our policies, vision of our leadership. I am sometimes surprised, and I call upon the young people and intelligentsia and journalists to reflect. With these achievements, with which the world is stunned, the kind of ecosystem of growth that has been brought about in infrastructural growth, in technology growth, in the field of education, health. Why should we allow some few people to tarnish, taint, downsize, degrade achievements of our hardworking people? I call upon you to think about it and do your humble might. Our great institutions are now flourishing. One is here. But if we peep in the past, if we go into historical perspective, India was home to most celebrated educational institutions which the globe admired. We were home to Nalanda, Takshila, Vallabhi, Vikramshila, to name few. It is a very satisfying moment that the visionary, the Kram Yogi, Dr. MS Ramaiah, created one institution. And under that umbrella, there are a number of institutions that are growing. It indicates one thing. We are on way to regaining our past glory. It is a matter of time. By 2047, both in economy, education, health, and other societal parameters, we shall be guiding the world. This year is particularly significant. India is president of G20. And its impact is being felt everywhere. We have seen footfalls from several countries' leadership in various fields, including in the city of Bangalore. City of Bangalore is a nerve center for positive growth of young minds, giving full freedom to their innovation. That's a rare opportunity. Never in the history of this country, never, voice of India was heard as it is being heard now. An Indian Prime Minister has given 2 thoughts in last 1 year. The thoughts are consistent with our thought process of thousands of years. One was last year in the beginning. This is not an era of expansion. India is perhaps the only country that historically has never taken recourse to expansion. And the second given this year, and the world has applauded it, war is not a solution to any problem. Dialogue and diplomacy are the only way out. In this perspective, I call upon everyone, particularly young minds, they must grab the opportunity. Now we have an ecosystem where every young mind is allowed to fully exploit his or her potential and talent and register accomplishments. To my young friends, I will give one piece of advice. Have no tension. Have no stress. Don't be bogged down by competitive scenario. Don't hesitate to try because there can be a mistake. Nothing big has been achieved without there being faults. I can tell you the greatest injustice a brilliant mind can do to humanity. The greatest injustice and action that can impede our growth is to have a brilliant idea and not to execute it. A brilliant idea should never be aborted. It must be tried. And I have no doubt, हमारे DNA में कुछ अजीब है. हमारे DNA में innovation है, research है, enterprise है, entrepreneurship है. और यही कारण है कि आज दुनिया के किसी भी कोने में चले जाओ, भारत की बुद्धि का लोहा देखने को मिलता है. दुनिया फायदा उठा रही है. When I started my career and became a lawyer, 6,000 रुपये लाइब्रेरी के लिए बैंक से लोन लेने के लिए मुझे कशमत करनी पड़ी. मैं आभारी हूं उस बैंक मैनेजर का जिसने बिना सिक्योरिटी मुझे 6,000 रुपये मेरी लाइब्रेरी के लिए दिए. हम कहां पर आ गए? You need to have an idea, and funds are no difficulty. Look at our startups, the unicorns. Look at the investment being made therein, and all created by our young minds. We are world leaders. ये सब हुआ है because now we have governance that thinks big, executes big, believes in its human resource, and results are for larger welfare. 34 साल के बाद देश में एक क्रांतिकारी कदम आया. मुझे भी उसमें शरीक होने का मौका मिला, क्योंकि उस वक्त मैं पश्चिम बंगाल का राज्यपाल था। एंड दैट वाज न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी। मेरे को जानकारी है, जो एजुकेशनिस्ट हैं उनको जानकारी है, द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ दिस एजुकेशन पॉलिसी was a long drawn process, taking inputs from lakhs of stakeholders. This new education policy is a game changer. It will revolutionize our education system. It will make it skill-oriented. It will distance us from degree-orientation culture. It will put us on a productive path. The twin objectives of inclusion and excellence will be achieved. कितना एम्फसिस दिया गया है शिक्षा पर, इसका अंदाजा लगता है जब अपने when we get into the semi-urban areas. 2 colleges have been established every day and a university every week. जब दुनिया के लोगों को ये पता लगता है तो अचंभित होते हैं. But we are seeing it on the ground. Since this is a very special occasion, I will make a particular appeal to the chairman, Gokula Education Foundation. Sir, take lead. One human resource which we must tap is the alumni. We must develop alumni culture in every institution. Alumni institutions, organizations are the best medium to give back to the society in the true sense. Alumni constitute spinal strength not only of the institution but of the entire sector. I therefore appeal, please have a confederation of alumni associations, and this can start from city of Bangalore. All India Confederation of Alumni Associations, that will be a think tank of great depth, and that will help us address issues which keep on coming. Friends, India is on the rise, is considered by everyone. But we Indians have to do our work. जब पहली बार स्वच्छ भारत की बात आई तो कुछ लोगों को अजीब लगा कि देश का प्रधानमंत्री क्या कर रहा है. It has caught up. There are toilets now in the villages. Development has taken place and it has become an industry also. पर मैं अपने आप से प्रश्न पूछता हूं, कोई भी भारतीय कभी भी विदेश में गया हो, उसने गाड़ी से कभी केले का छिलका बाहर नहीं फेंका, किसी ने नहीं फेंका. और एक जमाना था कि हमारे देश में हम अधिकार समझते थे कि रोड इज आवर गार्बेज टिन. ये बदल रहा है. सड़क पर हमारा क्या अनुशासन हो, यदि अगर इसको हम आज ठान लें, यंग इंप्रेसिबल माइंड्स इसको कोऑर्डिनेट करें, भारत की तस्वीर और बदल जाएगी. फ्रेंड्स, जब भारत बोलता है दुनिया सोचती है, सुनती है, और दुनिया इंतजार करती है कि भारत क्या बोलेगा, कब बोलेगा, कितना बोलेगा. पहली बार भारत के कदम दुनिया की दृष्टि में भारत के हित को देखकर है. ऐसी परिस्थिति में मैं आपको मेरी एक पीड़ा भी बताता हूं। भारत के संविधान का निर्माण डॉक्टर अंबेडकर की प्रमुख भूमिका रही। 3 साल तक कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली की डिबेट हुई। For 3 years, Constituent Assembly debated. There was dialogue, there was debate, there was discussion, there was deliberation. उनके सामने समस्याएं जटिल थी, अनेक विवादित मुद्दे थे, लोगों के मत विपरीत थे, सामंजस्य होना मुश्किल था। फिर भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली डिड नॉट हैव अ सिंगल डिस्टर्बेंस। कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली डिड नॉट हैव अ सिंगल डिसरप्शन। No one shouted slogans. No one came to the well. No one showed placards. जब इतना जबरदस्त काम देश हित के अंदर देश निर्माण के लिए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के देने वाले लोगों ने हमें किया, ऐसी कौन सी दिक्कत है कि हम उनके आचरण को फॉलो नहीं कर सकते? करना चाहिए। चेयरमैन राज्यसभा, what I see is a cause of concern for you all. राज्यसभा के एक एक मिनट के लिए आपके करोड़ों खर्च होते हैं। एक डिसरप्शन होता है, एक डिस्टर्बेंस होता है, सरकारी तंत्र को आप लगाम नहीं लगा सकते। राज्यसभा is a platform to hold the government accountable, to hold the executive accountable. पर वहां पर डिस्टर्बेंस होता है, डिसरप्शन होता है, उससे ज्यादा चिंता का विषय है कि आप लोग इसकी परवाह नहीं करते। There has to be a mass movement. I appeal to young minds. We are there in Rajya Sabha and Parliament to facilitate that the destiny of the nation is on right track. We have to exemplify our conduct, which everyone can emulate, which everyone can follow. We don't want our boys and girls to follow disruption. No. We don't want them that they must appreciate shouting of slogans, showing of placards, and therefore my appeal to you, generate a climate, generate public opinion, use every medium that is available so that we persuade, we plead with folded hands, request our parliamentarians that in the temple of democracy, our conduct must make us proud. Our conduct must be for development of the country. अंदाजा कीजिए, टेम्पल ऑफ एजुकेशन, वहां यदि अगर पढ़ाई नहीं होगी तो क्या होगा? ठीक नहीं होगा. Same about temple of democracy. I am living this thought with my young minds, my young friends, and I'm doing it with a lot of hope. Because what India will be in 2047, some of us may be in the late evening of their lives, but you will be in prime youth. You will be in saddle. You will be in command. And therefore, every year till 2047, when India has to climax as a world leader in every aspect, economy and other factors, you have to be vigilant. I am sure my young friends will take note of my fervent appeal. My appeal is non-partisan. My appeal is not concerning stakeholder in politics. My appeal is because we are stakeholders in growth of the nation. We are stakeholders in governance so that the preamble of the Constitution given by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is realized. मुझे यहाँ आकर बड़ी भारी प्रसन्नता हुई है. I will ever cherish this moment, and I am sure this institution will ever grow, क्योंकि इनकी फाउंडेशन एक ऐसे व्यक्ति ने रखी है जिनको मैं कहता हूँ साधारण बिगिनिंग थी, कर्मयोगी का सफर कर्तव्य पथ पर इस रफ्तार से चला कि अपने जीवन में उन्होंने ऐसी संस्थाओं का निर्माण किया जो हम सबके फायदे का काम कर रही हैं और अन्य संस्थाओं के लिए एक मार्गदर्शन का काम करेंगी. I am grateful to everyone present here for their time. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Vice President that has inspired all of us to take pride to be Indians. Let's all give a round of applause once again and thank profusely the Honorable Vice President of India for his highly motivating and thought-provoking address. Thank you, sir. I would now request the Vice Chairman, Gokula Education Foundation, Shri Amar Sitaram, for words of thanks.
Good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of the Gokula Education Foundation, the chairman, all the trustees, and the family members of the trust, the big MS Ramaiah family, that is the teaching faculty of all the educational institutions, and all the special guests who have come here, on behalf of all of you, I thank the Honorable Vice President Ji, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar Ji, for having accepted our invitation and inaugurating the centenary celebrations, and also laying the foundation stone virtually of Dr. MS Ramaiah Centenary Memorial Hall. Thank you, sir. On behalf of the trust and all the invitees over here, I also thank Srimati Sudesh Dhankar Ji, the better half of our Honorable Vice President, for having graced the occasion and released the coffee table book prepared by our University of Applied Sciences. Thank you, Madam. On behalf of all of you, I thank His Excellency Shri Tawar Chand Gehlot Ji, the Honorable Governor of Karnataka, for having been here with all of us. He has also wished and blessed all of us and also released a book on our dear father, Dr. MS Ramaiah. Thank you, sir. I also thank our honorable senior friend, Dr. Madhu Swamiji, who is the Law Minister, member of the Parliamentary Affairs, and also the Minor Irrigation Department, who has filled in the space of the Honorable Chief Minister, who was not able to attend this function. Sir, I thank you very much on behalf of the Trust and all the family members that you have come here and then given a few words of advice. Thank you very much, sir. I also, on this occasion, thank all of you, the special friends of the family who are here seated in the front, and also all the members of the MS Ramaiah teaching faculty of the institutions, and the members of the press, invitees, for all of you who have graced this occasion and made this centenary celebrations of our dear father, Dr. MS Ramaiah, a grand success. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sitaram, for those words of thanks. I would now request all of you to kindly rise for the national anthem by police band. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಲ್ಲಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. Thank you very much. Kindly be in your seats for a couple of moments, please.